Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. I just put out an hour-long video on this subject. This is the 5-minute version, plus one important fact I forgot to cover in the last video. So we're going to begin with watching the news coverage. This is about how the band Queen is unhappy that Donald Trump came out to Queen's "We Are the Champions" July 18th at the GOP Convention. Well, let's watch this news, and then I'll show you why he came out to Queen.
Trump blasted Queen's song, "We Are the Champions," last night at the convention, but not everyone felt like a winner. The band publicly shamed Trump for using it. With it blaring behind Trump as he was welcomed by Republicans, the song caused a firestorm from Queen fans on social media, and the band chimed in with this tweet, quote, "An unauthorized use at the Republican convention against our wishes."
I want to make a quick point. The mainstream media has now popularized this practice of using tweets as sources of information. And I want you to think about just how easy it would be to contrive what people said by showing a tweet and claiming it as truth. The media does this as a regular practice now. If you've ever read the book 1984, or if you've never read it, please look up this book. It talks about a world that's very much like what we live in now, how information, it's easily put out and then taken away and changed. This book was written before the internet, but it has everything to do with the way we're presented information at this day and age.
That was retweeted 14,000 times, but it is unclear if Trump had any right to use it.
All right, so a shaming for Donald Trump, and all of this is a shaming ritual for Hillary Clinton. As I've been explaining, everything sets up for Queen Hillary. I've put out a lot of work going back more than 2 years saying how the presidency will be Hillary's. Donald Trump came out to Queen for part of that in tribute, and also as a tribute to Queen Elizabeth, the Queen of the United Kingdom, a nation that we've never really been sovereign from. This year on the Queen's birthday, Prince died suspiciously at age 57. I've done a lot of work on that. I predicted Prince's death earlier in the year after the death of Vanity. From the Queen's birthday to Donald Trump coming out to Queen on July 18th, a band from the UK, was 88 days. Trump equals 88. Elizabeth equals 88. It's Queen Elizabeth. Also, the first recognized president, a 33rd degree Freemason, George Washington. That name equals 88. And George Washington in simple English Gematria also equals 187. The date was the 18th of July, 18/7, a lot like 187, often used for a homicide code. I put out a video July 18th about the kill code of 187 in shooting stories. George Washington is someone who died by the numbers. He died at age 67. Freemasonry equals 67. Blood sacrifice equals 67. Earlier this year when I predicted Prince's death, I talked specifically about the number 67. He died 67 days after Vanity. So, real quick, I want to show you how Margaret Thatcher died at age 87, 187 weeks before the upcoming election, and how that is part of the tribute to Hillary's upcoming presidency. Real quick, we talked about 1984 information. United States of America equals 84. Revolutionary War equals 84. We Are the Champions equals 84. Donald Trump became a TV celebrity in 84. In simple English Gematria, states equals 84. So does Savior. And in this nation, we're always looking for a savior. And for some people right now, Donald Trump has been made their savior. And these people are being mocked. I'm trying to wake them up so they can see what's what. The show The Twilight Zone, Gematria of 84. We live in the Twilight Zone. Think about Donald Trump being, this close to being the next president. One of the two major parties in our big rig system. This is a grand mocking only possible in the United States of America, The Twilight Zone. That show was written by Rod Serling. Serling equals 84. Rod Serling, The Small Way equals 58, like Freemasonry. The show's pilot came out in 58. No coincidence. So here's Margaret Thatcher, the only female prime minister of the United Kingdom until Theresa May of last week. She died on April 8th, a date that can be written 8/4 as it is in the UK. She died at age 87. Clinton in Gematria equals 87. From Clinton's October 26th birthday to Inauguration Day, January 20th, is 87 days. Everything lines up for Hillary to be the next president. If she becomes the 45th president, her and Bill will be 42 and 45, a sum of 87. Notice where Margaret Thatcher died in Westminster has Gematria 48, also coinciding with that date, April 4th. From the date of her death until Election Day this year in the United States, 187 weeks. I fully expect a Trump assassination attempt in the headlines as part of this contrived agenda, this chaotic agenda that will end up with Hillary as the president. Yeah, there's a lot more to it. I have videos on all these subjects. I want to keep this at 5 minutes. One more quick fact about the Queen. She became the Queen February 6th, 1952. And February 6th can be written 2/6 or 6/2. The Queen became that in the year 52. Prophecy equals 52. She's Elizabeth II. And in simple English gematria, that sums to 106, just like the word prophecy the big way. And these people who've scripted time, the Masons, the Zionists, they've scripted all of this narrative we're living out, presidential elections, the Queen, so much more within the framework of these numbers. It is mind-blowing, but it's been done, and the sooner we recognize it, the sooner we can see what we're living in and what we need to overcome. You know, this is a grand mocking run by tyrants. The time is now to end it. Till next time, true seekers.